I would want women to know things that most guys either won't tell them or that other guys might not even recognize. Look, men are fucked up. Men are more fucked up than women believe. Men were meant to be primal. Men were meant to follow their natural instincts. And so all of the bizarre things that you see men doing, it's their nature. Human nature is something that you can't really measure by science. Because every single person that comes here, if they come here the right way, is a different person. The people that have been genetically modified in some kind of way when they come here, that's a different set of scientific standards. That's science. But the natural man that comes here the right way, the way human beings were intended to be coming here, they have natural primal instincts that are in them. And when you see people doing things, it's not necessarily because something's wrong. It's just their nature. It's the nature of man. Mankind has some bizarre behaviors. And women are actually the same, but some kind of way they were given a different kind of discretion about their use of their instinct, because they have been conditioned over time to believe that their instinct was supposed to be guided by what men do, which means that women would be fucked up too. Now, I don't really have to use the F word when I do this particular piece, but I want you guys to know just how fucked up men really are. The difference is, I'm not afraid to show it. Like, I'm just what I am. Women should be glad when they meet a guy like me, because there just aren't that many guys that are being honest in general. I'm not trying to say I'm faultless, that I never make mistakes, that I never do anything dumb or stupid like other human beings do, except I don't try to hide mine. I just say, hey, look, here I am. Take it or leave it. Because at least you know what you're getting. We're in a society today where somebody can be, with somebody for 20 or 30 years and like, I know him. Well, what if you don't really know him? Or I know her, and what if you don't really know her? I try to not lie to me. That's why so many people are in trouble, because in order for you to be able to really lie to somebody else, you got to lie to yourself first. Now, what constitutes a lie? I have a program about that already, but what really constitutes a lie? A lie is when you intend to harm. When you're misleading somebody about the information you're giving them, it's going to harm them. That's what a real lie is. Some people make people just not want to tell somebody something seem like they're lying about it. Well, I just don't want to tell you. That's not lying. I just didn't want you to know. But what happens when something you don't want somebody to know becomes a bigger situation and you have to build a lie around a secret? So something that was just supposed to be your privacy ends up becoming something that becomes the impression of a lie. Now, why is this conversation important today? Why am I going to let you hear this? Well, latest news is that some transcripts from testimony given by Mr. Bill Cosby reveal that he had taken out prescriptions to use with young women that he wanted to sleep with. This entire situation, even though he's not the only one that did that or does that, is going to be disparaging to men in general, and it's going to be particularly even more disparaging to men of color. And somebody's got to do something about that. See, it's easy to take the guy that has made the mistakes and kick the hell out of him already. Well, you know what? We're in a situation where we don't have to kick Mr. Cosby, because everything's out in the open. That is not the way anybody wants to be portrayed in the public after having been in the position that he's in. Mr. Cosby has given gratuitously, from what I've been told, to this country and to culture for a long time. And I know I've had a chance to see some of his work. I've never had any direct relationship with Mr. Cosby. I have some questions that I don't believe that the rest of the press has raised at this time. But when you see something that indicates that someone has not been forthright with us, it really opens a lot of people's eyes in ways that I have been trying to get people to understand for a long time. And for some reason, we're in a culture where something devastating has to happen before people are really willing to believe that people are doing the bad things that they're doing. A lot of people are doing really, really bad things or have done really, really bad things. And they're standing up using Mr. Cosby's situation as a shield for themselves. Now, how can a man defend men when we see these kinds of things going on that are inescapable, that women can use to justify their misandry or their issues with men? Well, I'm just telling all the women and all the men too, men are fucked up. And I don't mean that in any way where I'm trying to disparage men. I'm saying men need to be more honest about how men really are. Nobody's going to walk up, I didn't know he was going to do that. I didn't. Look, here it is. Take it to the cave on him. But so many guys are living double, triple, quadruple identities, or they don't even have anything about their singular identity that's compelling enough to persuade somebody to want that or like that, that I'm not sure I want to be telling women to believe it because a man is trying to be honest with them. Because I know what men do. But at the same time, I'm asking myself questions about what it means to be a man, because there's a difference between being a male and being a man about something. See, women think that some guy who pays their bills, like, oh, well, he's a man because he pays the bills. That doesn't mean he's a man. Well, he helps me do this or he helps me. That doesn't mean he's a man. That means he helped you with some materialism. That has nothing to do with his integrity as a man. So just so you guys know and are reminded, when you see these characters sitting around that comes in the different forms that males come in, men are fucked up. Men are trapped. There's hardly anything you can do anymore without some type of scandal or scrutiny about it. You can't even act like you want to express your innermost feelings with your female counterpart the way that it was intended for God, because some guy is going to fuck it up for everybody. And it seems like that's what some women want, because that's what they go for, and then they come back, oh, I'm so shocked, I can't believe it. Well, you've been sleeping with him the whole time. You've been hanging with him the whole time. Why do you let these characters get away with that? Women are willing to let men get away with immorality if they get something for it. That's why I'm so hard on women that I think are underachieving. I'm not letting you get away with it. I didn't say any woman had to be perfect, but I'm not letting you get away with it. Because I know if I go do something crazy, you're not going to let me get away with it. See, everybody feels so good and comfortable when we're laughing and we're joking and we're pleasuring ourselves. And oh, look at how beautiful that is. But life has become serious. Our pleasures have to be a reward of our actual labor. We can't play all the time. There are too many damn toys in the world. That's part of the problem. And men use women as toys because a lot of women act like toys and baby dolls. They don't do what they do because they're really trying to say, this is who I really am. This is the best that I can do. This is who I want you to see me for and respect me as. You know what they really do? They say, what's the easiest way for me to put on a costume and dress up what I have here to make some guy give me something I don't really have to work for? So don't blame it all on guys, because men are fucked up. And sometimes being fucked up turns out to be really good.